Star Trek, Prodigy Season 1, Episode 18, Mindwalk, Recap and Spoilers. By Sam Stone, published December 15, 2022. Star Trek, Prodigy's Dal and Janeway find themselves in a tricky spot as their starships close on each other. Here's a recap of the Paramount Plus series. The following contains spoilers for Star Trek, Prodigy Season 1, Episode 18, Mindwalk, now streaming on Paramount Plus. The makeshift crew of the USS Protostar has come a long way since they first commandeered the discarded Starfleet vessel on Tars Lamora, but they face a major change in leadership as Star Trek, Prodigy Season 1 nears its climax. While a secret subroutine led hologram Janeway to inadvertently betray her friends and take them directly to their pursuers on the USS Dauntless, the real Janeway was incapacitated by the Diviner and his associate Uschancha. As the two crews continue their chase across the cosmos, Dal and Janeway find themselves in the middle of a body swap at the worst possible time. CBR video of the day, midnight 13, 4810. Though the Protostar crew is still locked out of their ship's systems, the starship's warp drive activates and causes them to flee from the Dauntless. Guilt-stricken by what her programming has caused her to do against her will, hologram Janeway deactivates herself while remaining apologetic about the crisis. Back on the Dauntless, the real Janeway is still at cold after being attacked by the Diviner and hidden. Uschancha takes away her communicator before joining the Dauntless and pursuing the Protostar across the cosmos. Related, Star Trek, Prodigy puts a 24th century twist on a horror classic. As the faster-than-light chase escalates, Dal attempts to contact Janeway through Zero's telepathic abilities, but the experimental procedure completely backfires. Instead of mentally contacting Janeway, Dal swaps places with the Vice Admiral. Janeway awakens in Dal's body on the Protostar, while Dal revives in Janeway's body on the Dauntless. Dal makes his way to the Dauntless bridge, barely eluding the Diviner's attention, while Uschancha is surprised to see Janeway recovered and apparently unaware of Uschancha's betrayal alongside the other villains on board the ship. On the Protostar, Janeway quickly identifies the crew based on the dossier for them she read on the Dauntless before being ambushed by the Diviner. Janeway wastes no time in learning from the Protostar's crew about the devastating weapon implanted into the starship and threat it poses to Starfleet, resolving to return to her own body and ship with this information. Dal stops the Dauntless from firing upon the Protostar before explaining that the Protostar contains a weapon. Because he realizes the Protostar is headed for the heart of Federation space. Related, how Star Trek, Prodigy connects to Picard's Season 3 villain. Janeway speaks with her hologram counterpart, and the two begin working together to figure out a way to disarm the weapon on the Protostar, with Janeway purging the villainous sub-program from the hologram. With her memory restored, hologram Janeway explains to Admiral Janeway what happened to Chakotay and the original Protostar crew, but is unsure of what their final fate entails. Roke and Zero deduce that the body swap occurred because of a subspace disturbance caused by a phaser striking the Protostar's deflector shields during the telepathic communication and realize that they have to replicate those conditions to reverse the accident. Dal's strange behavior in Janeway's body leads the crew to sedate and confine him under restraint in the dauntless sickbay, where he is greeted by the diviner. Observing that he owes Janeway for saving his life back on Tars Lamora, the diviner releases Dal, who puts on an exosuit to enter the space between starships, with Janeway doing the same in Dal's body. Using a hand phaser, Janeway reverses the body swap. Her body is brought back on the Dauntless by a tractor beam moments before the Protostar emerges from warp surrounded by Starfleet's armada in the middle of Federation space. Back on the Dauntless, Janeway realizes her plan to warn Starfleet is more complicated than she thought, regaining her senses in the Dauntless break because of Dal's brash behavior. Created by Kevin and Dan Hageman, Star Trek, Prodigy releases new episodes Thursdays on Paramount+.
Being good, but